Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that something has arrived in England.
We were originally presented with the design for the tripods by the client themselves. It was quite a loose concept, but it had all the elements that you see in the final piece.
The first test we did was within a London street, and it was about getting the tripod to enter scene, spot a character down the street, and then follow him, and then come over camera.
There's a hell of a lot of detail in there. There's detail in there that you've never seen in the TV programme. There was a whole mechanism of how the foot works, the mechanism of the foot, the kind of the sinew and the materials that drive the different platelets in the foot.
The tripod itself, its main sort of bones, or if you like, the limbs, were solid. As the tripod sort of did land down on the ground, we had the plates push down and push into each other and crunch and split.
We had this crystalline structure, but how does it deform? We had a really kind of cool silhouette, an outline, but we had to kind of work within that and kind of really give it some physical qualities and give it some add the realism to to make it actually function as a real object.
The tripod eventually was reacting to its surroundings. It had like a conscious. It was making conscious decisions to turn and to look and crouch. The way it moved, its limbs was no longer just A to B. It was lifting its shoulders and bringing its foot up and then dropping it down. It was a lot more organic and just a lot more sort of animalistic, like a creature. The Martian in particular was close to sort of horse size in sort of weight and the speed at which it could move.
We did tons of character studies. We got a very early sculpt of the Martian, put an approximation of a rig in there, and then started doing grey out animation. They didn't realise how they could move until we showed them. Obviously Craig had said, like, well, they can scamper, they can run, but we realised that you could almost treat them as like shy horses.
Yeah, the Martian, it was kind of like sinewy and muscular, so we had to, within the rig, it was making sure that those muscles held their form, and then if there was an impact or some weight shift or anything like that, those muscles would jiggle or squash and stretch.
We came up with the idea of maybe it's almost like a kind of whale skin. So it's got a little bit more vulnerability than the crystal structure for the tripods.
All of the sort of killing scenes were established in the character studies that we did. So we did a hunting shot, we did a creeping up shot, we did a pounce, we did like a warrior shot where it was the alpha Martian is kind of bigger and stronger.
The front of its face is kind of malleable. It can change the shape of it. In the TV series, we only see it as this spike that you can use to kill people. But the idea is that these Martians aren't just warriors, they are intelligent beings. It means that in theory they can interact with their surroundings with more dexterity than they would with just 3 legs.
They are coming! Ready! Fire!
It was great to be able to sit down with the director and, kind of one-to-one, kind of work out how these things are going to look, share inspirations, kind of find out what's in his head and try and translate that into a design that is going to serve the story, because ultimately what we do is to serve the story. So I don't think you can create successful designs without having that close collaboration with the creative people. It kind of showed the client that we had the vision, that we had creativity, we had ideas, and we'll be a kind of a partner that you could kind of come to for solutions as well as just to work for hire.
Is this the wages of our sin?